Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Mama V, your number one shop plug for gist. If you have not pressed the subscribe button, do well to subscribe to our channel to get new updates from us. Thank you guys and God bless you.
The government has confirmed that coordinated security cooperation with international partners, including the United States, has resulted in precision airstrikes on terrorist targets in the northwest of Nigeria. The operations are part of ongoing efforts to tackle persistent terrorism and violent extremism across the country. In a statement confirming the tweet by U.S. President Donald Trump, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs spokesperson Kimiebi Imomotimi Ebienfa said Nigerian authorities remain engaged in structured security cooperation with international partners, including the United States of America, in addressing the persistent threat of terrorism and violent extremism. The ministry emphasized that the collaboration includes intelligence sharing, strategic coordination, and other forms of support conducted in line with international law, mutual respect for Nigeria's sovereignty, and commitments to regional and global security. Meanwhile, U.S. Secretary of War Pete Hegseth, who commented on the airstrikes and the timing of the operation, said more strikes are to come. He tweeted, and I quote, "The president was clear last month. The killing of innocent Christians in Nigeria and elsewhere must end. The Department of War is always ready, so ISIS found out tonight on Christmas. More to come. Grateful for Nigerian government support and cooperation. Merry Christmas." Well, in other news, Vice President Kashim Shettima has condemned in strong terms the bomb explosion that claimed about 5 lives and left several others injured at a mosque in Gamboru Market, Maiduguri, Borno State, describing the attack as a despicable assault on innocent citizens and the peace of the nation. The Vice President said President Bola Tinubu has ordered an immediate intensification of security operations in Borno State following the incident. Shettima assured that the federal government is deploying additional tactical teams to the area to track down and apprehend those responsible for the terror attack. He expressed confidence that the security architecture currently in place will not only apprehend the perpetrators, but also unravel the full circumstances surrounding the incident. Furthermore, the Northern States Governors Forum has condemned the suicide bombing at the Gamboru Market Mosque in Maiduguri, Borno State, describing the attack as barbaric, cowardly, and an attempt to sow fear and disrupt peace in the region. The chairman of the forum and governor of Gumi State, Muhammadu Inuwa Yahaya, expressed deep sorrow over the incident. He extended condolences to the government and people of Borno State, particularly Governor Babagana Umar Zulum, as well as to the families of those who lost their lives and those injured. He described the attack on a place of worship as a serious violation of human conscience and religious sanctity, noting that such acts only strengthen the resolve of the region to remain united against terrorism and violent extremism. He urged security agencies and government officials in Borno State to remain resolute and not be discouraged, stressing that terrorism thrives on fear and division. He called for sustained efforts to eliminate terrorism and restore lasting peace. All right, so of course the biggest news this story, Rufai, is what happened in the middle of the night. Airstrike, U.S. airstrike in Sokoto State. This is following, and we know the timeline because we followed the story, starting off from that infamous tweet and then followed up by the speech by President Donald Trump to come with guns a-blazing if the government doesn't fix the issue of Christian persecution, genocide in some quarters. But what's your take on this? This is said to be a fight against ISIS, precision strike yesterday in Sokoto State.
Okay, so we don't know a lot of details. As a military buff myself, I like to get brass tacks. But from that picture, number one fact is Trump said he was going to do it coming guns are blazing, and this is guns are blazing. I don't agree with him on many things, but he said he was going to do this, and he did it. Probably that's why he has a lot of following among Nigerians. I don't know the architecture of the strike. I can see a warship there. And AFRICOM released a message saying that they did carry out the strike. So maybe it was at one of the waters close to us, where America have their warship. That was where that went out. So when they say airstrike, was it a combination of the strikes from the warship and actually you have planes hovering in the air, I do not know. Or were there missiles in there? I mean, were there drones in there? I do not know the architecture of the strike. So what the only Defense Department in America has declassified for us is that picture of one of the missiles coming out. What kind of missiles used? Some have said Tomahawk. I do not know, so I do not have details on that. Sort of details not released. The Nigerian authority has also come out to say, yes, that they provided intelligence as regards that. It is not today, if you check historically, that Nigeria and America has always worked hand in hand as regards raids and attack on Islamists or terrorists, all right? Islamic terrorist groups.
Yeah.
If you remember, the one that happened when an American was kidnapped around Niger, that American actually was brought into Katsina, and it was from Katsina that they rescued. I mean, American Marine Forces, they even put boots on the ground. Nigeria also provided intelligence. So the Ministry of Foreign Affairs said it provided intelligence. Yeah. That strike has happened. We've not been able to weigh what has happened, maybe when we get to people in Sokoto, but they said there were missiles that dropped around villages around Sokoto. We'll be able to weigh that. What's the casualty level? Have we been able to do a reconnaissance, to be able to ascertain, okay, how many bandits was killed, what hideout was destroyed? Yeah. We have not gotten pictures on the reconnaissance. Maybe pictures will come out in the coming days. Thirdly, what are the reactions? Yes, a lot of Nigerians are saying, yeah, we're in support of this. We must read Islamists and terrorists and all of that, Islamic terrorist groups and all of that. But Sheikh Gumi has also put out a statement this morning saying that it is time for Nigeria to halt the cooperation with the Americans. And I'm asking, for what? Is this not what we want? But he put a caveat at the start of his statement by saying, yes, terrorists should be killed, but it should not be done by terrorists. So I'm looking, it should not be done by unholy hands. So I'm wondering, because I had to go, I first saw it being reported on Daily Post, then I had to go to his page on Facebook to be able to see the full statement. Then I'm looking and I'm wondering, I'm like, this is not what we want, the end to the killings and bandits. And you see, I also heard the Al Jazeera reporter saying today that they're trying to distinguish and say, if there was an airstrike, why should it be in Sokoto? That it should be in Maiduguri, that there's a difference between ISWAP and bandits. No. With due respect, they all do the same thing. They all kill, they maim, they destroy. They are all terrorists, like the federal government has said. So if we can get to their hideout and kill them all, that's just it. What we want is in peace. Or they surrender. That's just it. So Trump saying that this is the beginning of many more strikes to come. Obviously, yes. I know in the coming days, the next thing will be the collateral damage. Yeah. So those that are against the strike, that's going to be the line. They will push the line of collateral damage. And we've seen this play out too many times. Yes, collateral damage, if they can minimize it, that would be great. But we've seen this play out too many times against Hejreka when they started bombarding these terrorists, and we saw in fact, we have started seeing the first line from the likes of the Gumis of this world. They are going to be seeing some multiple lines. The second line they are going to push is national sovereignty. But anyway, the Nigerian government has said that they are doing it in partnership with the American government. But you see a lot of those hawks come and push the case of national sovereignty. All right. Then you see a lot of these hawks also come and push the propaganda that then they're going to push the the regional propaganda. Oh, they are killing us. Why is it that it's around here that America is doing all of this and all of that? Okay. So you're going to see those reactions in the coming days. But most importantly, we want to end insecurity and want to end this genocide. Absolutely. That's just it.
Dr. Bati, before we come to you, let's speak to our reporter who's on ground to give us some more updates as to what's happening there. Well, for on the ground we have a reporter, like I mentioned. We're joined live on the line from Sokoto by a correspondent, Suleiman Nasser. Good morning, Suleiman.
Good morning, Ayo. Good morning, Rufai.
Morning.
Good morning, Nigerians.
Yeah. All right, good morning. Thank you so much for joining us. I'd like you to share with us, it's just about 8 hours following that precision strike by the U.S. in a joint action with the Nigerian side of things. But I want you to tell us, have you gotten any information with regards to numbers? And then there are feelers that there's a bit of apprehension amongst the civilians or community members living in the area based on these airstrikes. Can you share with us some of the details of the updates since that airstrike at midnight yesterday?
Yes, like I said earlier, up till now, the government is here to talk about what is happening. No information from the state government yet, but from locals, as far as they know, no casualty has been recorded because, like I said earlier, they don't have access to the exact location where the bomb dropped. But some locals said there's panic and fear among residents in the community, and this is as far as I can confirm from the locals we've spoken with, and we are still trying to get access to the community to get there by ourselves so that we can bring information to Nigerians about what is happening exactly. Earlier on, I spoke with somebody in the community, and who says, as far as the bomb did not drop in a residential area, but there are bushes or forests, if I will use that word, connecting that part to some part of Zamfara and Kebbi State, because that road would take you to even Maga, where those schoolgirls were adopted in Kebbi. There's a particular route called Kajiji, where Jabo is located. Jabo is located in Tambua local government, a community that is also close to communities in Shagari local government. And Jabo has been relatively peaceful. It was not part of communities that are experiencing bandit attack. And this is why the airstrike came as a surprise to many. But then you never can tell what the activities of terrorists are. You never can tell if they are taking advantage of the forests and bushes to carry out their operation. Those security experts who do this have intelligence before they carry out this strike. But community members, locals, says no casualty recorded so far. So we are just trying to have permission or access so that we can go to the community ourselves to talk to people and to see for ourselves what exactly is happening. The last time I heard of an attack in Jabo was in 2018, when some terrorists visited that community with evil, killing and also adopting some locals. But so far so good with this very U.S. bombing, and no casualty has been recorded from information we are getting from locals. We have made attempt to talk to state government officials, but they are not really forthcoming. Probably they want to put their act together before they communicate, so that they will not be communicating error. They need to get full grasp of what has happened in that community. More so that community, that axis that is in Sokoto South Senatorial District has been relatively peaceful, except for communities in Shagari and in Sheikh, and also Tureta, which is part of the Sokoto South Senatorial District and a bit far from Jabo, where this bomb dropped by the United States jet.
All right. Okay, thank you so much for your time with us this morning today, man. I know that as more information emerges, we'll have the opportunity to speak to you with regards to what's happening on ground and to get more a bit of updates with regards to the situation in Sokoto State. But let's come back to the studio now. Dr. Abati, your take on the stories this morning, of course.